So just some side notes. I'm gonna call Wells Fargo. Everything's going wrong. Batteries, SD cards breaking, SD cards full. I'm just trying to make a stupid call. Now, the irony is that on top of the millions of people provoking me per minute, you can understand how that type of thing is designed to make someone just snap, even though they have unsuccessfully, for 42 years, broke me, made me snap, get me to hit people, even though the lies and bullshit they keep peddling, that I'm doing all these things and hitting women and this and that, are all cover-up operations for their real agenda since 5 years old to incarcerate me for life. I'm going to call Wells Fargo now on one of the latest minute-by-minute, hour-by-hour setup and frame jobs, and I will explain the situation, and I should also have tons of paperwork of proof like everything else, which I really should not have to be doing. And so what they do is I buy a product on Amazon, they send me a defective one. That part was probably not intentional. Now, I go to return the product, and they say you have 30 days to send back the other one, and we're going to send you a new one. They send me a new one, then Amazon says, we can't send you a new one. Well, that's pretty fucking strange. You can't send me a new one of these products? It's broken. You know, you need to fucking return it. So what they do is say, we can't send you a new one. It broke in delivery. So we're going to credit you. And they do. Now, a month goes by. And remember, this is right in between the appeals and all these things. Now, in my life, isn't like anyone else's life. Normally, judicial systems, defense attorneys, psychologists, employees at Amazon, gas station people would have no knowledge of the minute-by-minute intricate details of your life to try to twist and contort, frame you and set you up and exterminate you. Hence, these government kill, terror, torture, eradication operations. Now, why are they doing it? They're trying to drag my name through the mud in such a way that is beyond any level of illegal, because the reason we have privacy protections is to prevent being hunted and killed for things that don't matter, or allowing people to sort of try to work on character attacks from every time you fart wrong. Okay, so now a month goes by, and they kind of do cryptic messages with 26, one of their tactics, another one of their tactics, and they send me an email, you never return the product, even though they credited me and stated, which I have printed out, that we can't give you the new one, trying to double charge me, right? So Amazon's trying to steal my money and double charge me. So now I go to Wells Fargo. I don't want to talk to Amazon, because you know they're going to do everything to try to trigger me, set me up, stop this from happening. No matter how nice and professional and giving, caring, whatever, they don't care. This guy needs to be hunted and killed for what he knows since 5 years old, or what I know at 29, but starts at 5 years old. So now they've double returned it, okay? So now I've gotten my money back twice, okay? So they charged me twice, I got my money back twice. Okay, now you can bet your ass that Seymour, with everyone else in the judicial system, are working with Amazon and the cigar shops, and all these things are linked and related, and I don't feel like going into it. Showing this mass global conspiracy to just make my eradication look justified, even though I've been a really fucking good person. And then we have people, of course, trying to make me look like a tough guy. Kevin, you need to be a tough guy. You need to toughen up and be a criminal. Because they want to give me disinformation to lead me down the wrong path to make what they're doing look justified. Okay. So that's kind of the quick overview. Now we're going to call Wells Fargo claims, and we're going to say, you paid me, I filed this claim, you double return the money, you should only return it once, because I still have kind of the defective product, Let me think. Let me think. This is a tricky one. The product works, but it has a defective button. Okay? The product works, but it's defective. They've never sent me a new one. They've never sent me a new one. Therefore, I never got the money back for the defective one. Okay, so what we're going to do to show that I'm a good person, even though they're still going to say I'm a murderer and need to die, because this isn't about whether I'm a good or bad person. This is about hunting down and eradicating someone since 5 years old. I'm going to go to the bank, and I'm going to tell them, I'm going to ask them their opinion, and I'm telling them you gave me back my money twice. Now, they might be friendly at first, and then when they hang up, they might say, like, boss or bye-bye. Now, remember, if you've watched the earlier video, the security guard stalking and harassing me, then saying bye-bye, and worldwide groups with Detective Angela Stewart trying to hunt me down and eradicate me, saying bye-bye. So let's just play it by ear. We're going to call a bank. We're going to say, you gave me my money back twice, but this is the issue. What do you think? And they can spew down their opinion. Okay. So, now, the spooky part is that people like Seymour Amster, my lawyer, and they're all going to be getting this information on information they shouldn't be getting. And then they're going to be throwing in opinions based on information that isn't relevant to anything at all. And then they're going to try to put these, well, Kevin's a fraud and a thief. Right? Now, I guarantee you right now, no matter what I do, no matter how good of a person I am, they're going to hunt me down and try to kill me no matter what. But we're going to make the call, and we're going to show that we're trying to do the right thing. And then you'll see even more so the anger and rage. We're going to hunt down and kill Kevin while trying to nitpick. He farted wrong, he blinked wrong, he yawned wrong. Information like this going to the judicial system, the police, the government, about insignificant financial transactions that nobody could give a flying fuck about unless they wanted you dead or gone, and we're going to do anything known to man to do that, with the death threats with Mike Huntley and the judicial system, and then Mike Huntley saying you had better live a careful life. Okay, so what's the real reason they're ratcheting down more and more with the you better be a perfect robot? To try to get me to lash out in anger and rage, to make me look like a violent, paranoid, schizo, attacking, provoking, punching. All the things they keep accusing me of that they do to me or doesn't exist. Okay? But we're just going to make the call anyways. The call will be recorded. And you will understand, for those who are honest people watching this, that whatever I do, no matter how perfect I try to be, they're going to keep hunting me down with larger and larger groups. And it starts at 5 years old. On everything known to man. You blinked, you farted, you fell asleep in class, you name it. Okay, so let's make this call. Okay, we're calling Wells Fargo Bank. Remember, when I hang up, she's going to say bye-bye or have a good one, like the gas station guy and the security guard. 956, less than an hour ago. 4442. Okay. And they're going to harass me in other ways on the phone. Okay? And they're going to try to trigger me to get me to yell at them and things like that. If my phone is working.
This call may be monitored or recorded. For help with online or mobile banking services, such as payments, passwords, enrollment, or Quicken, say your account or card number or enter it followed by pound. For anything else, say other options.
Other options.
Alright, other options. For general banking services, such as account balance and transactions, say account information. You can also say mortgage or open a new account.
Claims.
Or for online... Sorry, you can say account information, mortgage, or open a new account. Otherwise, for online or mobile services, say your account or card number or enter it followed by pound.
Let's see. This is obviously not the right number. Let's go here. Hopefully there's a different number, because 548-9554.
Thank you for calling the Wells Fargo Claims Assistance Center. Our offices are currently closed. Our regular business hours are Monday through Friday, 4 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Saturday, 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Time.
Okay,
You may call back during these hours.
I guess we're calling tomorrow, and you're going to see them run me around on the phone and try to make me crazy, harass me with verbal cryptic, set up cryptic messages, you name it, and then I guarantee that no matter how good of a person I show that I am, Seymour and everyone else are going to run around. Look what Kevin did, because on the surface, it looks like he's a crook, except why do you have the information? Because it doesn't pertain to your life. How are you getting this information, right? And these are the things that most people on the planet are safe from, except for me, because if you follow someone around trying to get, you farted wrong, you blinked wrong, you yawned wrong, we're going to kill you with the government and lock you away, then you're going to convince yourself that this person's a bad person based on things that nobody could give a flying fuck about. Okay? So, the argument then is, do they know any better? Well, if it's one obsessed loony nut job, possibly not. But if it's everyone, and it is, since 5 years old, then that's hate, rage, extermination. And no one thinking it's wrong. Okay, so we'll call tomorrow. Okay, so it's been a couple days or whatever. I'm going to make this call to Wells Fargo. We're going to do the right thing, but remember, they're going to harass me on the phone. Nonetheless, showing that this isn't about me being a good or bad person. It's about someone's hate starting at 5 years old, but yet there's a worldwide campaign to try to keep the entire thing covered up, which doesn't make any sense, showing that this is at government level with endless resources and everyone on the planet all working the same agenda, which is unheard of. Okay, so let's call Wells Fargo Claims.
Center. Please listen carefully. Their options have changed. Si usted quiere escuchar este mensaje en español, por favor presione 2 ahora. To continue in English, please stay on the line. If you are calling about a debit card or ATM card transaction claim, please press 1. If you are calling to obtain our email address or fax number, please press 2. If you are calling concerning an existing case, please press 1. Please enter your existing claim ID now, or stay on the line for the next available claim specialist. Please enter your existing claim ID now, or stay on the line for the next available claim specialist. Please hold while your call is transferred. Your call may be monitored or recorded.
Welcome to Wells Fargo Claims Assistance Center. My name is Robert. Calls may be monitored or recorded. To better assist you, may I have your claim number, please?
Hi. Hi, Robert. Yeah, 109-051-91706.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. That does sound like a claim. Let's see what pulls up. All right, here we go. I did see a claim. I'm glad to assist on it here for you. In order to do so, I would have to identify you. Do you have your debit card with you?
Yeah.
May I have it? Let's start with the card number.
Okay, it is... Oh, hold on just one second.
Sure. All right. Let's see. Okay, name did pull up. May I have your first and last name?
Yeah, Kevin Perlman.
All right, Mr. Perlman. I did see you here. Last but not least, just last four of your social. Alrighty. Thank you, sir. Going through the... Oh, I think what did not register? Let's see here. Oh, yes, and I'm sorry. On the card that ends in... Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Did it pull it back up?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, there we go. Now we're at a good level here. Alrighty, Mr. Repairman, let's take a look at this together. A claim did pull up on my screen. It's showing a transaction for $139.99.
Yeah.
It's got a transaction from Amazon.
Correct. Yeah, they double charged, yeah.
Oh, no, that's never pleasant. That's a good amount of money. $139, I mean, and that could definitely be a bill, like a phone bill.
Well, yeah, I mean, but you know who I am and what they're doing to my life with the government, so they're going to try to make my life completely impossible till I'm dead, gone, or in a cage, and then try to make me think that it's my fault. But, okay, so here's the thing, you guys, they double charged me. On both charges, I filed a claim. Does that make sense?
Yes, correct, it does.
Okay, so they double charged me, then you guys double reimbursed me. Okay? Okay. Now here's the weird, freaky problem, or loophole, or con, if you want to call it. Okay, so Amazon, I buy a product off Amazon. The product partially works, but the button's defective. One of the buttons is defective, right? Okay. I go to Amazon and I say I want to exchange this item for a new one. Amazon, or the seller, says, okay, we'll send you a new one. And then Amazon, with obviously the seller, it says you have 30 days to send back the old one. Okay. So the new one never arrives, and Amazon says we can't deliver it, it's been broken in delivery, and they can't give you a new one. So Amazon then says, so obviously you can tell that the Amazon courier is screwing me over. I speak to an Amazon representative and they say, well, they can't send you a new one, but we'll give you like a credit. And they do. So everything's all happy, whatever, right? Okay, now maybe a couple months go by, even though originally I was supposed to send the product back, the defective product back, within 30 days. That's obviously no longer needed because he's reimbursed me and they never gave me a new one, correct? Okay. Maybe a couple months go by, I get an email from Amazon and they stating you haven't sent back, or you need to send back this item, and if this doesn't get back by the 26th, yes, the big 26th tactic of theirs, if this doesn't come back by the 26th, then we're going to charge your credit card because you never sent this back, even though they never delivered. the new item. Trust me when I say I have paperwork from Amazon stating we can't deliver the product and here's the credit. Okay, so now if you're picking up on what's going on, Amazon charges me, or I buy a product for $139, they never return it, I get a credit, then they say we're charging you for another $139. Now, I report both 139s to you guys, and you double pay me back, and I understand that this is probably really confusing you, because I'm like, wait, which is what? I think, unless I'm wrong, that I should only get 139 back instead of 2. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense, and I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to give me a good explanation on what's going on, because if I had not been explaining it that way, I probably would have been confused. But
yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Not a problem. We can definitely assist with that. I'm sorry that you go through all that, because it sounds like a whole huge hoop of hurdles you had to go through.
Well, imagine that. Yeah, imagine that every hour of your life.
Yeah, that'd be painful. That would be painful. But,
and there's the motive. That's the motive. Okay, so anyway.
Right. And I'm glad you called, because I do know that you're right. I think the reason why we have to take out that 139 is because you got a credit back from the merchant.
Correct.
So
yeah.
cash,
correct.
But it is something that's value. So
yeah. And then you know what you do know what Amazon would do after that. They would run around saying Kevin's a thief and he stole these people's money and things like that.
No, they won't do that. They should not do that. But yeah, I think to make water under the bridge or be back at 100% or break even, yeah, we would want to go ahead and remove it. And I can do that right now.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I do see the claim here. Sure,
yeah, because they should get their money if yeah.
I appreciate your there's a word for it.
Honesty, integrity.
Yeah, I'm going to keep the 139, so that's good.
Yeah.
I'll help you. If you don't mind holding within 2 to 5 minutes, I'll be right with you.
Okay.
And I'll give you some timeline, okay?
All
right, one moment. Are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right. So don't want to take too much of your time. I know that it's valuable here. So I'm just going to ask one quick question.
Sure.
And then we'll get you along your way. Can we take it out now? Or
Oh, yeah. No, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'll set it up for today. You should see the debit out of your account here at the 139. And other than that, we'll go ahead and close out the claim. You'll get a letter within 10 business days. And everything's good.
Okay, great.
Go from here.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right.
Bye.
You're welcome, sir. Any other questions or concerns?
No, that's it.
Thank you very much.
All right.
No, all right. Take care, sir.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay, so you kind of notice he starts off with the alrighty, which they've been doing the last couple of days, starting that one back up. And when he hangs up the call, he says bye-bye, which was all started by Detective Angela Stewart in mass huge groups, especially lawyers and defense attorneys and things like that. Okay, so I know that people say alrighty and they say bye-bye, but the way they're doing it, how they're linked to mass groups, like if I called the next 100 stores in a row, they'd probably all say bye-bye and alrighty. Okay, and that's the point. Now the point is that, like I said, no matter how good of a person I am, you're going to get that anger and rage. Now, he flat out admitted right now on the phone. He said, well, that would be painful. Right? He admitted the motive. He admitted the reasoning. We want to inflict endless pain on Kevin Perlman. Why? Well, there's no legit reason. People don't walk around saying we're going to inflict pain on someone until they die and bad things happen to them. Okay, so what is my point? My point is, just like everyone else, he acknowledged the situation. He indirectly acknowledged that what's being done to my life is wrong. That it's pretty much a crime because if I walk around punching you in the back of the head to inflict pain over and over or things like that, whether it's physically touching you or not, it's wrong. He didn't say it was wrong, but obviously implied it because he knew better. Okay, so then when he goes to hang up and this and that, he continues in with the cryptic, we're going to inflict pain with bye-bye and this and that. Right? Okay, so the point is, just like I started videoing before I made the call, no matter how good of a person it is, we want to kill you. Okay? That's the point. The point is that these people are hunting me worldwide, escalating now to a worldwide campaign, starting at 5 years old, and no matter what you do, they're hunting you down to kill you. You could donate to every organization, you could feed every homeless person, you could show the best morals and integrity. We are going to fucking exterminate you with a friendly smile on our face, and then say it's your fault we're doing this, but have no actual argument, other than we're going to kill you. Now, even though it seems subtle, in enough numbers, it's not subtle. It's kind of like if you're walking down the street with your friend and he throws an ant on you, you go, you know, what are you doing? That's weird. But if your friend throws a handful of ants on you, and every person in society is told to grab a handful of ants when they see you and throw the ants on you, and this goes now up until the age 47, I'm now 47, that's what we're talking about. Now, their argument is, hey, just ignore it. Well, you couldn't ignore every person you see throwing a handful of ants on you. And no one would tell you, you have to ignore it. So, that's the point. Now, the next point I'm getting at is, he damn well knows that Amazon would make up lies that I'm stealing money with the judicial system to try to call me a thief. That's the first thing. As cover-ups for them wanting to torture me and try to eradicate me. Working the next angles. The next thing, they're probably working with Amazon to do these things because all these interactions. For example, the food guy coming last night harassing me, trying to set me up with the guy in the black pickup waiting for me with his lights on, which happens every time I order food from Grubhub, which I have endless video of. they're all working together on these internet-based torture and kill systems. Okay, so now you come back to the whys they're doing it. Well, they're going to say Kevin's a bad person, Kevin's a monster, and Kevin's the bad seed. But wait, I just showed that I'm a good person. But that doesn't matter, because you're a bad person. But wait, if everything I do is good, or the right thing, not everything, but most things, then my actions define me. So why would you keep hunting me down to kill me with larger and larger groups? Okay, so you get the idea that this starts at 5 years old with government flagging and kill operations, and it doesn't matter who I am, they just decided to have me hunted and killed. But what's freaky is everyone worldwide is helping. Okay, and there's no actual reason, as you see. There's just a worldwide kill operation. And then they'll start throwing weird psychological bullshit that doesn't make sense from loonies with psychology degrees and things like that. Okay, so anyways, you get the idea. I just wanted to get that interaction on video, but he pretty much did confess that this is about inflicting pain, right? His words, that could be painful. You don't normally hear people speak like that, but those were his words. That can be painful, and I say this is done every hour. It's done to me every hour. That can be painful. I'm not going to stop. Okay? That's the point I'm making. Now remember that everything I've said on the phone here, every transaction has been recorded, screenshotted from Amazon's conversations and emails with their refund, you name it. And this isn't a simple, oopsie, screw-up Amazon transaction. These are all strategic by design with everything else to torture, hurt, harm, maim, torture, and kill. With the government, United States government, the psychology community, police, and started by my own family, with lame excuses that this is for me to have a normal life, but they won't allow me to go out and live my life. Okay? And then they make up, cover-up excuses that I committed all these crimes and I did all these things that don't exist like usual to try to make what they're doing look justified. So if you were to sort of try to pull out the argument from this conversation, we just have a worldwide campaign to inflict pain on you, and I see that you're a good person, but we have a worldwide campaign to inflict pain on you. Okay, now, are they trying to flip me out and think that I'm in hell, or I'm the devil, or he's the devil, or... Okay, but once again, you're still going back to the initial 5-year-old argument. If you're trying to make me look crazy while torturing me to death and kill me, it's back to the same exact government flagging and kill operations. Okay? Now, obviously, how would this random Wells Fargo person who probably resides in some random state across the United States, which should not know me, knows me, and you can kind of see how he knows me because even though he's looking at a caller ID when I call, he's still sort of exerting the weird cryptic alrighties and bye-byes and this and that. Okay, so the point is that these people will try to find anything to use against me to justify killing me. That's the point. And it's not about people thinking I'm crazy. It's about someone that wants me dead and gone, and then they'll say I'm crazy. And then they'll jump to the next excuse. He's a car thief. And then the next excuse. He's a rapist. And the next excuse. Now remember, on my website there's thousands and thousands and thousands of, across 42 years of criminal accusations, and there's hundreds of psychological bullshit fabricated labels from people with psychology degrees that are kind of running around that I've never seen. Okay, not people I went to help for, but random people hunting me down, throwing on random labels that change weekly, right? And then they tell me that the anxiety's for me and things like that, right? Things that don't make sense. Okay, so once again, we're back to inflicting pain, torturing, killing, trying to make someone look crazy, cover-up operations. He's the bad seed. He's supposedly done all these things from person to person since 5 years old. after being flagged by the government and psychology community to have me killed. I would love to hear a valid argument about that. But that's why I'm not told anything, except for random sayings. My mother, my past caught up with me, and my father, you know what you did. While figuring out that my mother was trying to set me up my entire life, and things I don't want to talk about now, with my friends and family, and the government, and teachers, and professors in college. And, so you get the idea that these people don't give a shit. If you want to turn it into a mathematical equation, the government said we're going to hunt down and kill Kevin Perlman at 5 years old for no reason. They're all taking part. And they have no actual argument as to why. All the thousands of claims from psychology to criminal events, they have no actual rational argument. Hence, why this one transaction alone, I have proof of the entire situation, and the 100% of my argument based on facts. Every single interaction, from conversations to the strategic setups with Amazon, to sort of try to double charge me and then flip it around and make it look like I'm stealing money, are all strategic, premeditated, planned out by design, with mass groups all communicating together in a mass conspiracy. And no matter what the outcome is, they're trying to figure out how to turn these situations around or make it look like I'm a criminal and a thief, to try to work on credibility attacks to the world in secret on these propaganda systems. So, for example, most likely those conversations were, well, I know the conversations were collected by the police, NSA, FBI, but also some of the things they're doing is they're offloading everything off my phone and giving it to the masses. So, for example, for years when I text people, the masses get it worldwide, or when I make a phone call, that information goes out to the public on these propaganda terror systems. Okay, so here's my point. And this was happening back 15, 20 years, 30 years ago. Jen Hess, one of the people sent after me to have me killed, a girl named Jen Hess, calls me up on the phone and says, Kevin, can you check my email? I'm driving for me. I log into her account, I check her email. Everyone worldwide is running around saying Kevin hacked Jen Hess's email. About 8 years later or something, they send Rody Morales after me to have me killed. Rody Morales does the identical thing. They go, once again, Kevin Perlman, look what Kevin Perlman did. He also hacked Rody Morales' email account. Okay, so what's the point I'm making? Well, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't even come close to doing anything wrong. But what is it that when they're offloading since 1994, the NSA and FBI with these worldwide groups are putting things on my computer to try to get anything to use against me, but they're leaving out the full story that Jen Hess called me on the phone to check her email. Rody Morales called me on the phone to check his email. Right? So the people that are framing me, people are watching what's on my computer, and they're trying to set me up. Or they are setting me up. Or they're framing me. Right? And the only thing the people see is Kevin hacked into this person's account, but Kevin didn't do anything wrong. Hence, why we have the Constitution of the United States and privacy protections, and hacking into people's computers, especially with the police, is the crime of all crimes, and I've exposed them so much that they're so pissed off and irate about it that they're fabricating all sorts of police charges and having people physically hunt me down and attack me, and having worldwide groups go ballistic on me all day and night because I've exposed them so much that they can't realize they're caught in the hole they've dug for themselves, if that makes sense. They've dug this 42-year-old murder hole for themselves, but they still don't think it's wrong. They still are murderers that want to get away with their crimes. And so all these people are sort of working with the police and government. We own you. You date who we tell you to date. You are not allowed to drink alcohol. You're not allowed to go to coffee shops. You're not allowed to play pool. You're not allowed to take walks because you know what's going on. And so now, so you're our slave, right? And that's what's really going on, is they don't want the truth coming out, so the government keeps trying to set me up and frame me, and larger groups come after me because they're trying to cover up for the original groups of people that came after me with their death threats on video, you're a snitch, you're dead, or you don't tell anyone or we kill you, and things like this, right? And all those people are working with the police. Anyway, so that's the point. And while this transaction seems like a simple daily screw-up, like everything else, it's not. Therefore, it gets documented and goes up on the internet for the world to see what's really happening. This isn't some random double charge forward and backwards and this and that. They are actually strategic in nature for credibility attacks and to try to get reactions at the same time, so while the police are running around saying I'm a violent, paranoid schizo and they want to lock me away for life. That's what it's about. Taking someone, destroying their life, isolating them, making them look crazy, and exterminating them. And these flagging labels start at 5 years old by the government.